Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be talking about synthetic data. So, what exactly is synthetic data? It's information a computer generates to look and act like real data. Even though nobody is actually real inside it, no real person, no real event, nothing. It's made up from completely scratch, but made up well enough to actually be really useful. Here's the easiest way you guys can actually picture it. Think of a video game character, any random character. It looks like a real person. It starts to walk around, react to stuff just like a normal human would. But the twist is that it's not actually a real person. And nobody's privacy is at risk if something were to happen to that game or that character. Synthetic data works the exact same way, just with information instead of pixels. Now compare it to real data. Real data comes from actual people, actual sensors, actual real world events. If someone fills out a survey, a camera records real traffic, a hospital logs a real patient's results, and keeps on going. But it's also really slow, expensive, and sometimes keeps information super duper private. Um, so synthetic data just flips that. And it's made by different algorithms, so you can generate as much as you want, as fast as you want, and there's no like real people attached to any of it. So there's no privacy risk. And that trade-off is basically real and authentic versus fast and private. It's basically the whole reason synthetic data actually exists. So now let's talk about why would anyone actually want to go through the trouble of faking data instead of just using something real? So there's four main things. Number one is privacy. So just say you are training an AI to read X-rays, and real X-rays belong to real patients, and using them raises serious privacy issues and concerns. So, synthetic X-rays let researchers build and test their systems without ever touching a real person's medical history. Number two is cost and speed. Collecting the data takes time and money. Someone has to actually fill out a form or a drive that car or record, that voice or whatever. And a computer can generate a million fake examples overnight, way cheaper than collecting them by hand. Number three is different types of rare situations. Like some of the most important scenarios to prepare are also the most rarest and dangerous, like self-driving cars reacting to a sudden crash or a system learning how to respond to a hurricane. You obviously can't cause a real crash just to collect training data. So synthetic data lets you simulate that much more safely as many times as you need. And number four, unlimited testing. Once your data generating system is set up, you're not limited by how much real data actually exists. Do you guys need more examples? Just generate more, no waiting around. Privacy, cost, safety, scale. That's basically like the whole pitch of synthetic data. Now, let's talk about the different types of applications of synthetic data. You guys have probably and most definitely ran into synthetic data more than you guys actually realize. Here's some examples. Self-driving cars, the most basic, that I've mentioned throughout this entire slideshow. Companies don't just like drive around collecting real miles. They run millions of simulated miles too, including crashes and weird situations that would be way too dangerous to recreate for real. So synthetic data basically just helps with that whole simulation, basically. Next is video games. A lot of what fills out a game world, like background crowds or huge landscapes, isn't hand placed by a designer. It's algorithm generated, and that's synthetic data building a synthetic world. Next is voice assistance. For example, when you talk to Siri or Alexa, part of what helps it understand like different accents and ways of speaking is synthetic speech. Computer generated voices used to train it on stuff that been way too hard to collect from real people alone. And lastly, which is the most important way AI can be used in general, is medical research. Scientists can create realistic but totally fake patient records to study diseases and test new looks or new tools about different like skin cancers or even the tools that you're using on a daily basis without touching a single real patient's private information or even some really dangerous tools. But none of this is actually hypothetical. It's already running quietly behind stuff you literally use every day, even your basic Siri. Okay, but here is the main catch. Synthetic data is really powerful, but it's not magic. Like, let's talk about the goods and the bads. The good stuff is it protects people's privacy. It's cheap and fast as at a massive scale, and it can safely cover rare, dangerous situations you'd never want to experience for real life. But watch out, because if the algorithm makes synthetic data was trained on biased real world data, that bias doesn't just disappear. It gets copied into the fake data too. Garbage in, garbage out. There's also a risk that fake data close enough, can look close enough to real data, but still can be really subtly wrong. And if an AI trains hard on the small wrongnesses, it can end up learning patterns that don't exactly hold up in the real world. And honestly, the biggest point, synthetic data is a tool, not a full replacement. The best AI systems usually mix both real data to stay grounded in reality and synthetic data to fill in the gaps real data can't or affordably cover. So here's the main takeaway. Synthetic data lets AI learn from millions of realistic examples, um, without needing like millions of real people to hand over all that actual data and their private information. Thank you guys for watching, but remember next time you hear about some AI model or self-driving cars or a video game, ask yourself how much of what trained this was even real. Like this data could be all fake. Honestly, the answer might be able to surprise you guys. I can literally not talk. Okay. But think about that. How much of trained models actually like use real data? Like it could all be fake, and the answer might actually really surprise you guys. But yeah, I've stuttered, but it's fine. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed a lot about synthetic data, and hopefully you guys understood what synthetic data actually is. But make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys!